What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today, we're breaking down another beer review, and here it is. It's going to be from Untitled Art. This is the Chocolate Graham Cracker Pastry Stout. This was just released into Northern Michigan distribution from M4. Shout out to Jason. These are like 20 bucks for a 4-pack. These 12-ounce cans coming from Untitled Art. They're going to be a little bit pricey, guys, but we usually get quality from them, so this is pretty awesome stuff, hopefully. As I said, 11% ABV pastry stout with chocolate, malt, and natural flavors. Brewed and canned by Untitled Art out of Waunakee, Wisconsin. So artwork by Leo Salazar. Cool name. Anyways, let's see what this one's about. Obviously, we've had very good beers over the years from Untitled Art. They make great products in general, even like CBD waters and different types of beverages. Really awesome stuff. But today, it's going to be a pastry stout. So pretty big ABV, 11%. Doesn't say it's bourbon barrel aged, so it's not apparently, but that's a lot of malt driven in there to get that ABV up. Let's go to a little glass. Wow, that was kind of horrendous the way I poured that. We're going to have to wipe that up at some point, but as of right now, we're just going to review. So that was like cola pouring out of the can, and in the glass, it looks exactly like chocolate cola, man. I mean, that's what Coca-Cola looks like, with a little brown outer rim on the bottom. Very nice beige head sitting on the top, and it's thick because I was spilling some because apparently I forgot how to pour a beer. But this is a small glass. Usually this is my bourbon glass, or one of them. Kind of like reviewing bourbon barrel aged beers out of here, but this isn't bourbon barrel aged, but again, high ABV for this beer, and I think you guys can see it pretty good there. Look at that little burnt tan head sitting on top. Very dense. Again, not bourbon barrel aged, but that's okay. I do like those, but I don't typically see too many coming out of Untitled Art. But let's get an aroma, and again, disclaimer, this is cold. I should have let this warm up. I did not, but maybe that'll hide some of the ABV. Could flaw the review. But let's go to an aroma. Man, it's just dessert. I mean, it's just milk chocolate and chocolate milk for days and days and days. If you put this up to my nose blindly, I'd tell you that there was tons of chocolate in front of me. Fudgy, brownie batter chocolate. I get the graham cracker thing, that little sweetness, that little crackery sweetness. But honestly, it's like vanilla. It's graham cracker crust. It's pie-like. Man, it's very sweet smelling. It's so chocolatey. Like, I guess the biggest thing I could say, this is a chocolate bomb. But again, chocolate graham cracker stout. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, chocolate malt and natural flavors. I don't know. That's what I'm getting, is a ton of sweetness, ton of desserty vibes. Let's dive in, guys. It's the chocolate graham cracker stout. Cheers. And the taste follows. I will say though, it's more pleasant on the nose than it is on the palate. On the back end, you get hit with more of that maltier, grainy vibe than you do just that super chocolatey milk kind of thing. Yes, that's there. It does fade into that kind of grainy, chocolatey maltiness. It's kind of toasted, a little bit of bitterness, like dark chocolate bitterness, a little bit of malty bitterness, a little bit of grains and oats, that kind of vibes in there for that sweet kind of coating on your mouth, that sweetness, that soothing, weedy quality. Baker's chocolate. There is a lot of bitterness on the back end though, like for being 11%, that sweetness is huge. It does come out as like cereal grains. It does come out as just a bitter earthiness on the back end, kind of soily, earthy chocolate. Not sure what that's attributed to. Like, it almost feels like it could be a barrel for a minute. Obviously it's not. It doesn't say that it is. But there's just this bitterness on the back end, and I attribute it to the maltiness. I attribute it to grains. I attribute it to just overall dense, dark chocolates. I mean, it comes across toasty and roasty for a moment. It has different bitterness than I'm accustomed to getting. It's not like it's IPA bitter. It's just like earthy, grainy bitterness. It's smooth. I mean, the graham crackers make sense. I get like hints of vanilla again, like I got on the nose. Again, an earthy, soily bitterness that's astringent on the back end. There's a little bit of alcohol warming. But this is pretty cold, so I guarantee you if this was warmed up, I would probably not like the back end. I'm just being 100% honest. I just feel like there's more complex beers that I've gotten from Untitled Art that are a little bit smoother and a little bit more intricate and soft, maybe a little bit delicate on the back end. This one comes across just a little bit boring for being what it is. I mean, chocolate graham cracker, sure, it's all there. And you get chocolate bomb on the nose, but I think the back end, I just don't really love it the way it finishes. Just kind of slightly boozy, heavy, bitter, and astringent, compared to that sweetness on the front. It just kind of gets faded and lost throughout the palate. Is it good? Absolutely, but I feel like there's just better offerings in the pastry stout category, even from Untitled Art. They usually make really good pastry stouts. This one, it's just not my absolute favorite. Again, that back end kind of a little bit harsh, a little bit cut, dry, and bitter compared to what we're getting in the front and the nose. Just kind of comes up short on the back end for me. So rating, I don't know. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but I'd prefer this be bourbon barrel aged, maybe one more layer, maybe something else in that graham cracker pastry stout, maybe some sort of adjunct. Give me something else. It gets lost in the shuffle, a little bit boring. Yeah, that back end. I just don't love it. I'm just going to go with a 3.8 out of 5. A good kind of concept, awesome kind of maltiness to this and a lot of chocolate, but it just falls short at the end of the day for me. A lot of better offerings there. So for $20 especially. 3.8 out of 5, guys. Been Untitled Art, chocolate, pastry, graham cracker stout. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Dan. Cheers.